Hi there, it's Thursday the 16th of September 2021. We're continuing to look at mission on our doorstep and how we are called as Christians in this wonderful mission to tell the truth about Jesus to the whole world and to share God's love with everybody we meet and wherever we find ourselves, whatever communities we are in. And in particular this week we're looking at community engagement and how to pursue community engagement, how to engage with people in our communities. And we're looking at Jesus and how he did that in Mark chapters 3 to 5. First of all, we saw that Jesus engaged with concerned family who were concerned for him. He didn't respond to their illegitimate concerns. He might have understood their legitimate concerns, but he still continued to pursue establishing the kingdom of God. Secondly, Jesus engaged with contentious people. He didn't run away from the contention, but he engaged with people who were contentious and tried to help them understand the truth about the situation and perhaps even to move away from their contention and understand better what was going on. And thirdly, Jesus engaged with community gatherings. There were many times where communities gathered around Jesus, and sometimes we will find ourselves with an audience of more than one. Perhaps in a family situation, perhaps in our workplace, in the canteen at work, or wherever it is we find ourselves. We are going to be with groups of people in some kind of way. And how do we engage with communities of people together? Well, let's see Jesus speaking to the community gathering in Mark chapter 4, reading from verse 1. Again, Jesus began to teach by the lake, and the crowd that gathered round him was so large that he got into a boat and sat on it on the lake, and while all the people were along the shore at the water's edge, he taught them many things by parables, and in his teaching said, and he goes on to tell a story about a farmer sowing a seed, and we'll probably know that story only too well, but Jesus engaged with the communities, with the crowds, with the groups of people, and he often did it by telling stories. Very interesting, these parables, these stories with meanings. He found that the people listened really well. He couldn't speak to every individual person in the crowd, but he could tell a story that all the crowd could hear and could go away and talk about and debate together as they left at the end of the day and went home. They would probably be saying to each other, what do you think Jesus meant by that farmer who sowed the seed? What was that about the seed that fell in the path? What did that mean? What was that about the thorns choking the seed? What did Jesus mean by that, do you think? It was a brilliant way of communicating. And we can do that as well. When we're with groups, when we're in family gatherings or workplaces or whatever, one of the best things that we can do to try and engage with people and communicate Jesus and God's truth to people is to tell stories. Tell a story about something that happened in our life that involves God, perhaps something that happened at church, perhaps an answer to prayer that we've seen in our lives, perhaps something that we've seen in a YouTube video that caught our attention about something that happened to a Christian or through a Christian in another part of the world. All of these wonderful stories and testimonies are things that we can share with groups of people that can really begin to get discussion going. And it's amazing what can come out of that and the questions that people will ask out of that then gives you an opportunity to share a little bit more about your Christian faith. So storytelling. God bless you, Anne, one of our best storytellers. But let's tell the stories and let's tell Jesus to people. God bless you. Speak to you again tomorrow.